Now, at first blush here in Flashpoint 2, you might not have been that excited about a Fnatic Mad Lions winners match in one of our groups. After all, we saw Mad Lions drop Basilian and add Refresh and Hooksy right before this season. You might have been mourning Bubsky's, movement to Astralis, the great benching of Bubsky that has happened. Come back, Bubsky. We miss you. Anyway, and so you might have thought, well, this should be pretty easy for Fnatic. But earlier this week, we had a very interesting series between Fnatic and Mad Lions that Mad Lions managed to pull off the upset, so they've had a really strong start here. Let's go ahead and take a look at our Midsommar group, though, so you get a sense of the landscape before we dive into some analysis of our first match of the day. And these are our teams. Midsommar, Scandinavians, killing Scandinavians, but also killing a few non-Scandinavians. Very much like the movie. But there is no bear in this one because Virtus.pro is in a different group. So it's not perfect, but almost.
Close enough.
Almost.
Well, Contact's IGL is also Scandinavian too, so we kind of have Scandinavian leaders across the board here.
There you go. There you go. So it has been Fnatic, Mad Lions, Contact, and Dignitas Vi here in our Midsommar group. We'll start with our winners match between Fnatic and Mad Lions, and then later on in the day, we proceed to Contact versus Dignitas Vi. One of which may be facing total elimination from Flashpoint 2 today, unfortunately for them. But we'll give that conversation a little time to breathe further on in the day. Let's start off with Fnatic, because this team, certainly one of the favorites coming in, has had some stylish plays so far in this group, but has been struggling a little bit on the whole and is now potentially not even the favorite to win this group after Mad Lions' pretty dominant early performance here. So where would you place Fnatic in the grand scheme of things in Flashpoint 2?
That's a good question, and I'm going to have to say a probable top 4 finish for all of Flashpoint, but right now they aren't the favorites. I would put teams such as Big and Virtus.pro above them right now, and Mad Lions, it's a coin flip, as we're going to see in the odds later. This is as neck and neck as it's going to get. So Fnatic, coming into this, maybe we're the favorites, but their recent online form, it's been a bumpy road for them.
Yeah, I think actually Fnatic might be one of the most frustrating teams in the world to watch. And to really understand why this team is so frustrating right now, you have to think back a year ago to when Golden and Flusha first came into the side. So when Golden and Flusha came back, they started playing these early tournaments towards the end of 2019, particularly DreamHack Malmo is the one that really sticks out in my mind. It looked incredible. They had all of the ABC CS down. They were so good at playing the standard rounds, but they also brought innovation. They brought interesting setups, interesting executes, all of this sort of stuff. And I've just felt like recently we haven't seen that enough. And I know from speaking to Maui, every tournament we come into, we feel like this could be the one where Fnatic, they come in, they're really trying, they're going to bring all these innovations, and they're going to blow everyone out the server. But every time, they just look a bit too standard and a bit too flat. And hopefully here at Flashpoint, we can finally see what we've been waiting for.
And as you look at this roster, Mr. Maui Snake of Fnatic, who needs to step up? Who needs to get his shit together on this roster in order to push them into a Flashpoint victory?
I think it's got to be Flusha. Flusha, for me, has been the most up and down player on this roster. Brolin has been incredibly steady online. Crims as well. You know what kind of performances you're getting from those types of players. But Flusha has been a player he's been seeking motivation at times, it seems like. In some matches, this guy is blowing everybody out of the water, winning 1v4 clutches that you never even thought were possible. And then the next match, he gets abused on his bomb site. So you're wondering going into it, where is the motivation for Fnatic in every single matchup? And that's why it's so hard to predict how this team is going to do at every tournament and really every BO3 they enter.
The player I would pick that I want to see more from is definitely JW on this team. And in terms of when we criticize them for playing too standard, running always the standard setups, JW is a really big part of that. And it's the AWPer moving around on CT side that really gives the mobility and the dynamic CT setups. And I really just want to see more from JW. And it's actually insane to criticize JW for not being mobile enough. If you watched him in 2014, 15, 16, he was absolutely everywhere, throwing in all the aggressions. And we just haven't seen it enough from JW. So hopefully we can see him return a bit more to old form in that sense.
I agree. I think he really needs to buy more R8s, step up his cowboy game. We're going with a little bit of a Western theme here at Flashpoint 2, so that's what I want to see personally. I enjoy his style and his flair. It certainly makes for some entertaining moments. Who knows how his team appreciates it, though? Probably not a lot.
I suspect.
Not a lot. It's one of those things where is he entertaining enough to boost morale, right, with these strategies, or is it tilting enough that he's doing these things that it kind of drags them down?
I mean, we heard the comms. They're basically like robots, aren't they? They're totally flat the whole time. So I'm not sure JW's really lifting them up or down too much either way.
All right, let's take a look at Mad Lions as well. So this is the team that we've talked about a lot so far in this tournament. They are our defending champions here at Flashpoint. But in a very strange set of affairs, they have merged their first place roster with our last place roster at last Flashpoint to basically now complete a team roster that can apparently beat Fnatic. Like, you wouldn't have thought that this was going to be the result of this, but Refresh and Hooksy have been doing a good job so far. And in the last time these two teams played, just earlier this week, it was Refresh who was absolutely fragging out on the server.
Yeah, you can't really talk about this new lineup without talking about the new additions. Of course, the way that Hooksy is enabling himself in some of these strategies has been so sick, actually.
He was top fragging on some maps as an IGL.
Exactly, and in the actual closer of the BO3 that they played against Fnatic recently, he actually top fragged on the last map of Mirage with 31 kills. So this guy has actually been playing out of his mind on an individual level. That being said, Refresh as well has also really embraced this role that they've given him here on Mad Lions, because we've seen Refresh in the last year or so, and after an impressive 2018, he really fell off a cliff individually, and we were wondering, was everybody just wrong about this guy? But I think on this lineup, he's found his form again, he's found his positions on the maps, and usually he's in some of those lurk positions where they don't really design the strat around him, but he's been playing so well, clutching rounds out, finding frags that other players wouldn't, and he's doing just such an excellent job here.
So an interesting aspect actually about this matchup is I think they play almost exactly opposite on T side, both of these teams. I think we've already spoke about Fnatic. We're going to see loads of defaults, loads of standard play. When we talk about Mad Lions playing on the T side, we're going to see a lot of fakes coming out from them. We're going to see almost no defaults. They're going to run heavy set rounds, and it's going to look very, very different to what we're seeing from Fnatic. It'll be really interesting to see how that kind of matchup plays out throughout the series.
All right, well, let's actually take a look at our picks and bans here in maps so we can get some better analysis, specifically custom tailored by you two for this series, especially since we saw 3 maps between them just a few days ago.
Yeah, so the permabans we should get out here are actually, well, the only real permaban for me is probably Mad Lions will be banning out the Dust 2. That has been a map that Hooksy has just not liked for pretty much his entire career. In the last year, he's only played the map 10 times, as a matter of fact, so that is what they are going to be banning out here. And Fnatic have a choice here whether they want to ban Vertigo or Nuke, in my opinion. They've been banning Nuke a lot lately, but if they really want to try to spice things up for this rematch, there is a possibility for a Vertigo ban, but we'll see what they do as they try to find their comfort here in this veto. So they will go for...
Nuke,
yeah, so that's generally been their ban lately. Potential for a swap there, but it did not come about. And for the picks, I would probably have to give Fnatic the Inferno pick. That's what they've been leaning on for the last half of a year. They've really loved Inferno. It's one of their best maps. And Mad Lions, that's where it also gets interesting to me. I want to hear what Alan actually has to say about where he thinks.
I think it's got to be a Vertigo pick again. It's the map they picked into versus Fnatic in Beijing. So I'm definitely expecting that one again. But as we were speaking in the green room about this map on Vertigo. We think Fnatic, they maybe fell apart a little bit too much on that T side. If they can hold it together a bit more, this might not be as sided towards Mad Lions as we maybe expect from seeing that Beijing series. In terms of Fnatic's pick, I'm almost certain it will be Inferno here. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. There it is, there's Inferno. And now going into the bans, I think Fnatic will ban Mirage here.
Yeah, I think Mad Lions would probably want to ban Overpass here, and we'll probably be seeing a Train Decider. Small chance for an Overpass Decider, but I would be leaning towards Train here. Okay, so Mad Lions do ban Train, and if they want the salty run back on Mirage, they might give it to us here, but I'm expecting Overpass. It's been also a map that they've had some comfort on. It's Flusha's favorite map in the entire pool.
This one's really interesting to me, too, because we had this conversation in Mad Lions match earlier this week, which is that when we saw Copenhagen Flames and Flashpoint 1 playing on Overpass, it was their best map. So Hooksy definitely feels comfortable doing the IGL work on that map.
Yeah, definitely. It's a map that they've shown a good amount of prep on, but to start the series off on Vertigo, that's a map that Mad Lions, when Acor was interviewed earlier actually at IEM Beijing, he said they weren't actually counter-stratting Fnatic when they played that map against them. They just picked it because they like it.
I think when we're talking about Mad Lions, they are still a new team, and in my eyes, they are still a little bit one-dimensional of how they play, particularly on the T side. So I think already having that matchup versus Fnatic from Fnatic's perspective, I think it helps them a lot having already played versus them, just getting the match fitness in the server. That's kind of, we don't really think Fnatic preps massively going into games, but for them, actually being able to feel the resistance in the server, see what's working, what isn't working, knowing on the T side this didn't work, so maybe they're going to come in with a different approach. I do think it gives Fnatic a big advantage having already played them, even though they lost in that first matchup.
Fair enough. Well, let's take a look to start things off at our pinnacle odds for this series. So these will be the odds for the entirety of our best of 3 now. And we'll see where it was, because it looked like in the break, the latest updated odds were dead even. I saw 1.91 to 1.91. Has now tilted just a little bit. Actually, this is last night's odds. So still very, very close to that. Hasn't changed quite a bit. And it looks like Fnatic was the slight favorite, at least when we put our predictions in. Now, I have seen today it was Mad Lions favored earlier this morning, and it was dead even right before we started. So a little bit of movement there, but been mostly the same.
Yeah, it's really been back and forth with these teams. And I would say, though, after the vetoes come out, I'm actually going to slightly favor Fnatic as well, because Mirage wasn't a great look for them the last time these two teams faced off against each other. But Overpass has been a map that Fnatic has been liking a lot in the last couple of months. So that should actually favor them more than Mirage, which was the first time these two teams faced off, the final decider map.
If we think back to the Fnatic Contact series, the first map there was Overpass. I think they should have picked into Overpass in that series, and they looked a lot stronger on Overpass on that one than they did on Train, which was their pick. So I said when I watched the Fnatic, the match at IM Beijing, that I think the third map should have been Overpass. I think Fnatic should have banned Mirage. That's what we've seen here. So I'm just going to very slightly edge it to Fnatic, but I'd be surprised if we didn't see 3 maps here.
All right. Well, let's take a look at our leaderboard. It was updated at the end of last night if you guys were watching the blind spot. If not, here's how you're doing. The Saint, Maui Snake, 31-24.
Whoa.
Potter with the 750 on Envy yesterday. Oh boy. Anders moves up out of that last place. I am between Allen and Thorin, actually. So
Good place to be.
I'm like right in the middle, So I'm feeling pretty safe right now. Maui, though.
Yeah, honestly.
How you doing? You're doing great.
It all just comes way too easy for me. I have no one to thank other than the favorites who keep winning matches. No, I picked a couple underdogs and they haven't worked out for me, but all in all, I'm playing a lot of the safe bets, I'd say, here. We'll see at the end if that strategy pays off or if I keep getting upset.
All right, Anders, you are no longer in the final place. You are no longer the big loser. And it's a good time because we only have 2 more days before we issue our first punishment tomorrow night on the blind spot.
And it's amazing. We haven't even come up with our punishment yet, have we? So,
oh, yes, we have.
Oh.
It's okay.
Monty knows. He's just holding on to it this whole time. But I think he should start hinting at it so that we can start guessing, and then the dread can start building.
I was going to say that's more
you
scary.
and Potter.
Honk, honk.
You and Potter. Because, dude, you went so far deep today with your predictions.
Oh, boy. All right, so what does that mean? Let's see those predictions. Anders, Semler, you guys up first. Defend yourselves. 700 on Fnatic. That seems reasonable. I put 350 on Fnatic.
Wait, you went Fnatic? I thought you said you went Mad Lions.
I lied, Semler.
You scumbag! What is this?
The mind games have begun. It doesn't want to be in last place.
People just underestimate the power of lying, but I'm just telling you, it actually works really well.
No, let's examine that sentence. Who underestimates the power of lying?
I think most people, you guys don't lie enough. Like anyway, like, you know, you go to the bank and try and cash out some money and they ask if you're even a client there, you're just going to tell them the truth. Try and just say, yeah, I am. Give me the money.
Well, maybe we'll bring Astralis into Flashpoint to increase, you know, that level of deception.
Oh, boy.
All right. The rest of our analysts here, everybody, look at this. Yumi,
wow,
our stats guy, Mad Lion, the only Mad. How is this? How do we keep doing this? This is a dead even game, guys. How do we have 10 people out of 11 on Fnatic?
This is so weird because when you watch the match...
Well, we heard this already. It's because they've played already. Fnatic have got the experience. They've got the lineup. Mad Lions are a bunch of kids. Fnatic should just be taking the belt out and, like, you know, getting it done. That's it.
That's a spectacular analogy. Beating kids with belts. Okay, anyway.
There you go. Put them in their place, Monty. Put them in their place.
Dude,
there's that history between Sweden and Denmark, man. It goes way back.
I was only advocating lying, not...
Jesus. All right, well, with that, Anders Semler, please guide us into this rematch this week between Fnatic and Mad Lions.
Well, I mean, come on. You want to play cowboy, Monty. You should be talking about switches. You know, go out and cut your switch, boy.
Oh my God.
Who am I writing in this?
There you go.
Listen, I will happily guide us through this. I think it's going to be a great game. I really look forward to it. Fnatic versus Mad Lions. I kind of understand why the odds could be close. I mean, we don't know about this version of Mad Lions. That does leave a pretty big, sizable, just unknown in this matchup. Fnatic are a great team, and look, I think are looking cool at the moment. So,
I think this was the way that I approached it was fair enough. This could go either way. That's why I only put 400 on Fnatic. So I'm like, all right, there's a chance Mad Lions can get it. I don't want to get screwed. I put more on the second match of the day where it's going to get a little bit more spicy. But this is definitely going to be a big one. I think Fnatic have the edge because they have played against Mad Lions already once, very recently. And so they should be able to adapt and overcome. Big shots coming through there. This is just non-stop action on the B side right out the gates in this pistol.
Yes, it is. Ooh, he's actually going to swing for the fight. I was going to say just 2-on-3. Play this one a little bit safe. He's got some backup coming in as well. Brolin, he's already done enough here, so it's up to them to try and see if they can move forward. He's going to make his escape. I think this is definitely the smart move of the moment. A.Core looking to try and see if he could swing into the bomb side. He's got that USP picked up, and that could be a pretty big tool, although they are getting flanked by Golden. So, another 10 seconds here, and this is going to get really tricky for the Danes. Refreshed over the good kill, taking down Crims, and suddenly it's a 2-on-2.
This is very cool from Brolin, though. He spotted out. Not only did he spot the one close, he spotted the other on stairs. So they know right from the beginning going into this Fnatic where these two players are from Mad Lions. They're on the bomb site now, and there it is. Brolin pushing forward, collects another headshot. A.Core hanging on by a thread, but not for long. Golden takes him out. 3 kills for Brolin. The young gun from Gamers.
He is a wild player, isn't he? Definitely, I think people have said the future of Swedish Counter-Strike, and that looks not like such a bad bet at all. I actually thought Golden was going to go all the way around, but he changed his mind and went back and just helped out, and that's fair play too. Maybe it was a bit of a long trek to get there.
Well, he's had the online seal of approval, Anders. You got accused of cheating, and when you get accused of cheating in FPL or in PUGs, then you're doing something right. Seems like all the greats have gone through that at one point or another.
There has been a lot of that around. You're not wrong.
Unless you're actually cheating, then you're scum. Then
we're not interested any longer. That's true. Flusher, alone over here with the FAMAS. They have picked up only 1 SMG on Crims. So they're really worried about some sort of early force up here from Mad Lions. Did they get the bomb down? So they could have done that. And Fnatic being a bit careful, which I think is just fine. I don't blame them.
Yeah. Really emphasizing the rifles here, Fnatic. No wonder they want to play careful. They want to hold on to these going into the next round. They don't want to be spending more money. Boost gets spotted. Instant headshot on refresh. That gives it away. Crims with that MP9 is going to move up a bit closer, but that's fine. Pretty sure he spots that shadow. Yep. Collects the one. Knows that there's a second one there because of the boost. And they just annihilated him.
Yeah. They did that really well.
Super clean.
Yeah, it's a good point as well that you made because you're obviously buying these here, you're more well prepared, but then on the other hand, if you end up losing 5 of them, it's only the second round, and already JW's out with a blade.
The king, man. I love JW. Never get bored. It's just so awesome when you consider this roster, how they've stuck together for so long, this core, and how much, to be fair, just how much shit they've had to eat over all the years. But they still keep at it, man. They still keep at it. They haven't stopped. Instead, they've absorbed it, and it's just made them more powerful. Ballers all around.
Roland jumping down. They definitely saw that, but they can't really react in time. Now they do win the one fight. Flusher going down. That's pretty big, but that late grenade will take down Shusha. It still is a huge win here for Fnatic overall. Gotta be careful. Roy is low on health, and Mad Lions just really trying to come out quick with, just a huge uppercut to that B bomb site. And it maybe could have worked, but the flashbangs and the grenades were, I think, decisively in Fnatic's favor this time.
Well, they know that one is close. Oh, turning away at the nick of time there. Needs to win this fight. JW's going to miss it, though. Refresh wins that duel. 2-on-2. Both tagged up on the side of Mad Lions, though. This favors Fnatic still. It's just a molly. Onto the bomb site. Does it spread? It doesn't spread. He's managing to get around the box and use that smoke. Refresh is still alive.
He is, but they're so low on health, both of them. Even the MP9 here on Crims is super dangerous at the moment. And the bomb is only just down. They have a kit and everything. Fnatic still have a very good shot at winning this. The AKs are a bit of an issue just in terms of the one-shot headshot potential, but let's see what happens here. Refresh going to pick off one. Crims now out in the open. Yeah, and I think he saw the shadow. You must have seen that, surely. Relocating. Refresh will get one more. They survive on 12 and 20 health. And I mean, it's crazy to see that because, again, I don't know. I think Fnatic actually made a couple of mistakes there. I don't mind that JW was flanking, but once he'd been found out, I think he should have fallen back. Because locking them in the bomb site and that constant threat of him being behind is so much worse than even if he, you know, like does a little bit or does some damage or something. So maybe a slight mistake, I would say, this particular engagement. But also, I mean, incredible that Mad Lions even find a way out of this round. They should have been dead.
It's the knife that probably, you know, got him too riled up, man. He smelled blood.
Drinking the Kool-Aid already.
Yeah, he's like, ah, this is it. I'm gonna get him. They need a new rug for the living room.
Oh, is he gonna be seeing that through the grating? It's
So close.
Close, isn't it? Some shots. Well, there's JW making up for the last round here, and they're gonna, just take turns. 3 of them fighting all at the same time. Hooksy will find a way to take down Brolin at the very least, but still inside of the bomb site is Flusha with an MP9.
Sure enough, and he's gonna get one. Does his job. Man advantage now going into it. The retake here for Fnatic. Very quick rounds coming through here.
Smart, I think, for Refresh to stay in the middle like this, because again, he's just trying to catch someone rotating, and they feel, looks like they sort of know it, but the flank is also coming in JW, so we'll see. Just a deagle on Golden at the moment. Spots out for it. Aiko now, he knows at the very least. And yeah, they're going to be catching them, actually. They're being so aggressive in this afterplant here, Mad Lions. Going to keep on flashing their way through, trying to just essentially push and take this fight. And yeah, that actually completely catches Fnatic. I don't think they were ready for that much of an aggressive push. And JW's no kit, so he's going to have to back on out. Wow.
Man, what's fantastic team play coming in here from Mad Lions.
They lost 2 people over at the A ramp and just went back on 1 anyway.
Yeah. But they managed to catch a kill on Brolin for free, which is surprising considering how sharp Brolin is. He was definitely ready for it, and yet they still got that kill. Flusha was able to do his job, but them doubling up and exactly focusing on mid like this one here in particular, where both of them are there. Mad Lions understand, cool, it's 2 versus 1, whichever way we go.
Yeah.
We kill this guy, we win. And so that just worked out perfectly for them, and this is going to lead into an eco round here from Fnatic. They have that single rifle saved on JW, a single flash picked up here by Flusha. And well, Mad Lions now, a great opportunity for them to pad their bank a bit.
Yeah, what a turnaround. I'm really impressed by the fact that they managed to find their way out, especially that last one was looking pretty grim. Now, they are walking in exactly where the M4 is. Golden's going to take a bit of attention. It's a good and important return there to not let the M4 just spray them all down. That would have been the disaster, surely. Just, I mean, maybe worth pointing out here while we're just waiting for Flusha to find some way to end the round. It's almost like, I feel like now on the T side of this map, you sort of have to go for that A ramp, whether or not you ever want to go A or not. Because not showing up at the A ramp is going to be just such a clear sign to the CT side that, you know, like, they don't even have to worry about it. So I feel like you have to show some presence. You have to try, and that will probably, some of the time, involve losing a player, you know, in the mix there. And you're just hoping that you sort of trade it out. But I feel like not going A ramp at all is, you're really powerfully signaling to the CT side that it's more, I mean, it's mid B at this point in time. Not that I'm sure you can throw variations in there where you wait and you take it later on or whatever, but I've noticed a lot of people will do that just as a you know, opening default to a bunch of rounds, no matter what they're doing. They'll just go for that A ramp and just sort of show up and see what's up.
Smoke going to come in over the top. Very nice angle on that. Well spotted, Prius.
And then a boost.
Yeah, Fnatic trying to counter this, trying to get some eyes on that ramp, as you said. But all 4 players, at least 4 Mad Lions, gathered up, slowly clearing out ramp. This is just, I mean, essentially textbook stuff coming out here. All grouped up, slowly pushing up. Oh, falling off the boost. Might have missed the chance, but they're probably a little bit worried about that site getting overwhelmed now. Hooksy right there, going to look for it. Big spray, and he gets taken out by Crims. JW with the flank as well.
Definitely a big opportunity right there that I think he kind of missed a little bit. I think he was sort of halfway moving while spraying. Refresh picked up another AK, but he can't complete the kill. And as such, a really good defense coming in here from Fnatic. Looked like there was a big moment there to catch them. Aiko! Oh dear! How does that even work? We are going to need a replay ASAP.
What?
Was that a collat wallbang?
I mean, they're standing in a line.
I just might be losing my mind. 38 seconds and 2 versus 3 from a 2-on-5 admittedly, but I mean, again, the time that's left here, it should be very tricky. We'll see what Roy could do. If he get the first headshot here, maybe they have a chance. They have a smoke and a Molotov on A-core as well, so 1 kill, then put up the grenades, get the bomb down, and then finish that 2-on-2. That's got to be the goal at the moment here. Smoke is already up, and Roy, he's waiting for that to pop just a little bit. He's going to be jumping up on top of that. A-core is actually Molotov the back corner there. His own grenade. And yeah, going to pick up the bomb finally with 8 seconds left. Surely possible here. Brolan goes for the kill, and that is enough to win the round. Nice triple on him. And Fnatic, they find a way out here.
Now he gets planted the nick of time.
I was going to say, it's time to hold your breath and see. Like, I don't know if I'm just making it up. But
It looked like it. Let's see. Yeah.
Wow.
That is so next level. Sometimes, dude, sometimes that's just the way it goes.
Even A-core must have been like, what? What's going on?
That's so next level.
That is amazing.
But that's, you know, you can't get a double collat wallbang every day of the week, Anders. And so Fnatic have succeeded in tying things up 3-3. Money on the there was money in the bank for Mad Lions, and with that bomb plant, it really helped them out here. A-core's got an AWP. They have some nades. JW though, playing so aggressively. A-core just waiting for him though, does not miss that shot, and that's a man advantage for Mad Lions. JW of old, man, showing no fear, just getting in there.
It's really hard to criticize, isn't it? Because that is one of his strengths as a player. So you don't really want to see him not do these things, but you just always, I mean, this has always been true for Fnatic, right? That is the cost, though. Sometimes you'll end up playing 4 versus 5 at the beginning of the round, and you just accept it. Funnily enough, Mad Lions have the same issue with A-core. So, you know, this time it went in his favor, but they will likely have similar rounds throughout this best of 3 where you'd be saying, man, if only A-core wasn't doing that.
The one difference, Anders, is that in those situations when Fnatic were really just dominating, it's that they could fall back on Crims. You know, you could fall back on Crims on Flush on Olaf, right, to make up for the JW crazy plays when they didn't work.
True.
But if Crims is going to die immediately, that's going to put Fnatic in a very tight spot here. Yeah. Spot, Brolan dodging the damage. Oh, nice spray through. Nearly takes out Hooksy. Down to 11 HP, Hooksy. Lucky dog.
I don't think they should go for this. I think this is 3 versus 5 retake, and yeah, you've got a couple of smokes. But it's just very hard to smoke defuse this bomb site, isn't it? I mean, you can get the smokes down, no, but like that's easy. But where you're actually sitting, you're so confined that, you know, they're going to get the right angle, I'm sure of it. So it's got a little bit of a shot coming through. Flusher, the last one left. He's going to go straight on and try and see if he could maybe do something there. But yeah, there is going to be way too many people on the other side. And again, if they'd saved the 3 rifles, this next round still wouldn't be super amazing. But maybe it's just sort of a call they made coming into this game, saying we actually want to be more like you, because you can take that approach, right, and say, you know, let's fight for every round. Let's really make sure that we don't give them too much too early or whatever. Sure. But I think that might have cost them a little bit. That did, at least to me, that looked like a very, very tricky round to win.
It was just going to be one of those big brass balls kinds of plays.
We like those plays.
Yeah, we do. The BDP, you got to get in there. But unfortunately, that was the kind of round where Fnatic were just trying to make play after play, and nothing really panned out for them. They got more kills, at least, you know, so they made it a bit more expensive for Mad Lions. But this is going to be a round of eco coming in here from Fnatic. And there was a tactical timeout called as well, so now the countdown has begun here. 4-3, Mad Lions in the lead on the T side. And Fnatic with the Deagles, the nade, the single nade on Roland. It started out with a lot of action B, but it's kind of fanned back over towards A right now these last few rounds here for Mad Lions. So curious to see if they continue like this or not. Full stack on the B site. Fnatic think that that Mad Lions are coming back towards B.
Yeah, I mean, why not go? You got a double nade there. They got another one on Crims, so if you time it right, maybe you could do it. Don't know if they're going to wait to see anyone or if it's just going to be, you know, count to some number in your head and just go for it.
Mm-hmm. JW up close. P250 though. And unfortunately for him there, that angle just does not work. You can see clearly, JW doesn't see him there. Refresh will.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're definitely counting on people not checking it all the way. All right, so it was a very relaxing round here for Mad Lions. Just almost like a therapeutic round.
Yeah.
getting to bop some people left and right. It's all going to be good.
Smooth. They're doing some deep breathing, you know.
That's what you need to do. All right, 5-3. I'd say this is a very good start right now for the Mad Lions side. They are T side on Vertigo, so I mean sometimes this can happen. So I wouldn't necessarily go crazy just yet, but I do feel like they're off to a pretty good start. The money, well, now they've got an Org instead. No AWP though on JW, which I personally would have rather seen.
Yeah, it's always sad days when JW decides to tap out. He had 5,000. He could have gone for the glass cannon. Well, he decides to go for the M4 instead.
You know, I was just checking my my emails when we were sending in the predictions.
Yeah.
And I did actually go 700 on Mad Lions.
Okay.
So it's just a graphic.
Why you gotta be lying like that? You know?
Listen, apparently it's worse than lying. I just can't even remember what I'm doing. So lying to myself or something, you know, equivalent to that.
So it's 700 on Mad Lions. I like this, Anders.
Listen,
Yeah, we got the graphic updated, so we will have the correct prediction. Because I remember you saying it too and being so confident. So I was shocked to see the graphic be different. Nice spray coming in. Flusha catching him, boosting over that smoke.
it's fantastic, isn't it? Well, I mean, one of the tricks for all the kids out there listening, you know, if you are going to, you know, make a statement like this, just sounding confident is like half the battle, you know. Even if you're not sure at all what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Just show up and say, here we go. I know a lot about quantum physics. I'm going to tell you about it right now. Like, people believe it most of the time. So, same goes for game predictions, apparently. I had convinced myself that I had picked Fnatic, and I'm the one that made the prediction, so that's how effective it is, in fact. 10th round.
We knew it all along.
If only. Yeah, money's kind of disappeared now for Mad Lions, so big chance right now for the Swedes to just turn this around. And it's so early on in the game that there's plenty of space to still make this a very good first half for Fnatic. So don't think that worry. Oh, look at the timing on the flashbangs and also the Molotov that's raining down there. Brolin again at it with another multi-kill. He is
beautiful.
so good.
So clean. Oh, shot goes out, though. JW not going to connect with that one. Oh, gets the follow-up, though. Trisha's got the angle. Doesn't matter. JW takes his head off. And now Roy alone, 1v5, getting picked apart here. 2 back-to-back rounds. They're looking brutal. Fnatic getting the lockdown going here. So Mad Lions not going to be pleased about Fnatic being able to run it back and tie things up 5-5. And now all that money that they worked so hard to build here, Mad Lions, that's going to be gone as well. So Fnatic now in a fantastic position to start running away with this first half. And this is on Mad Lions map pick as well.
Oh yeah, they've set themselves up very nicely at the moment. They had no one die in this round. They get to pick up that AWP as well on top of it, or they had one on JW, sorry, but they get to pick up a bunch of AKs instead, 3 AKs, and Brolin right now at 14-6. So he's playing out of his mind.
That's what the young gun needs to be doing. It's a lot of it to do with confidence. And well, he is supremely confident. He knows how to get in here. He knows how to win these fights. The new generation of Swedish CS players.
Yeah, it's really, really good to see. And you know, just the fact that he's playing so well early on, again, you wanna see that create enough space in the game for Crims and Golden and, you know, everyone else to just start to feel a bit of comfort behind that. Even if Brolin, let's say at some point during Vertigo he slows it down a bit, it's not the end of the world if, you know, the other 3 or 4 members of the team start to say, all right, well, you know, now's our turn.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Flusha spotted that boost.
Yeah.
Molly's going in, expecting the push. This is a hard eco coming in here from Mad Lions.
If you want to try and pull a rat play like that against Flusha,
you got to wake up early in the morning.
Yeah. Just come to the wrong neighborhood. And Flusha is all the way back here. He's got some backup. Golden, it's a pretty big crossfire. He's a little bit out in the open now, so theoretically, if they both stand up while he's walking out there, it could be a bit dangerous. Golden's going to try and help out. Glocks are really just not that effective, and long range, tapping away. They're just enjoying this. Flusha eventually goes down, but don't really think it's the end of the world. Again, just, yeah, don't lose anyone else, and it'll be fine.
Get bopped. Everybody gets AKs as well. Even Crims throws away the... What? Oh, no, he saved it to pass it back over to Flusha. Gets himself an AUG again. No worries at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fnatic are starting to look pretty good here. 6-5. Buy round now going to come in here for Mad Lions. No bomb plant, though, so they'll be a little bit light on the nades. Not ideal. But they do have the 5 smokes, and they have the flashes, a few Molotovs, and let's see what Mad Lions have got for us here. Looking like early days, at least it's going to be very quick towards that A ramp. JW was in position with the AWP to take a shot. Blinded, though, not going to spot it, and that's a big kill to open things up here from Refresh. Takes Golden out of it. Man advantage for Mad Lions very early in the round.
Yeah, and because it's so early, they can do what they're doing now. Call it back, wait. No reason to sort of, rush right into it. Leave it up to Fnatic to figure out what's going on. They do have JW a little bit forward with the AWP, but as you can tell already, it's left Flusher alone over at the B bomb site. I wonder how much information he's... Yeah, he's really far back. Because again, walking close to the stairs, it is dangerous if someone's waiting there. But of course, staying far back means you're going to have pretty short warning. Yeah, and that smoke goes far enough that they're going to push in behind it, and he'll know that right about now. Flashes Arian, and he's going to call in for some reinforcements to try and help him out. 55 seconds. Bomb being planted, and Flusher, he would have loved to have stopped that somehow, but Shush was covering it. Now it's a 3-on-2, in fact, as A-Core will pick up Brolin right through the smoke. And yes, they're going to be backing on out. So Mad Lions also finding a 6th round, and this time just, one fight over at the A-ramp, and then it's not exactly mega deep tactical play that we're seeing here, but it does work.
Well, I'm wondering how... Well, I guess it's just a gamble at that point, right? Fnatic are thinking that it's A. Flusha playing so far back to be close for rotation if it was necessary. They were just gambling that this was going to be an A hit, and Mad Lions hit B.
I really think that it happens almost all of the time when you're a man down on this map. You just leave the B play. Not that long ago even, and maybe it still happens a lot. People start with just 1 on B anyway, right? So
yeah. We were seeing that a lot the other day. JKS on Complexity, right? He just was alone.
Yeah, it's like B on Train, or almost B on any other map. Don't know what it is with B players, but yeah, theoretically, right? You can kind of guess that if they were going to go light on a bomb site, probably would be B. The only real danger for Mad Lions in that moment is if Fnatic are so aggressive at checking the ramp just after they're gone, like if they just turn the corner and Fnatic see, oh, there's no one there, then they can start to get back. Because Mad Lions can't obviously run, so they have to hope that there is some time delay between them evacuating the A ramp and Fnatic discovering. And it happened this round. It was when there was a flashbang in the B bomb side that Flasher was like, oh
wait, yeah, and it all just becomes clear a second too late. Brolin now. This is also not advantageous for him, and he loses the fight.
I swear Refresh was very slow on starting that fight. That looked really awkward.
He sees it first. That's the brutal part, right?
Yeah.
So he'll have that split-second warning.
Probably would, yeah. That looked so scary to me. Molotov in and Crims. Oh, that actually would have been very cool if he could have caught Refresh running back from that. But 2 versus 3. Some of them are very low on health, but it's hard for Fnatic to know just how much the health is low there on Shush and Refresh. And they have money. They have almost 10,000 on JW. Still not going to be easy to retake this. They do have smokes and Molotovs. I don't know. This can actually maybe be done. If they throw a wall of smokes and just sort of run in and try and defuse behind it, it's not completely impossible here. 3 versus 3 now.
Yeah, and Golden taking Roy down, so this is actually pretty big. The walls are going to go. Oh, the smoke isn't perfect, though. Nice little surprise play there. Hooksy and Refresh getting out. And Shush, he's hoping to catch the diffuser through the smoke. It's not meant to be. Just in the nick of time, right before the bomb was about to go off. The diffuse goes through, and Fnatic pull off the retake. So close. But 7-6 now. Fnatic pulling ahead in the lead on the CT side on Vertigo.
That is really, really well spotted by the Swedes. That's really cool. Some of these shots, I guess maybe that shot initially on Refresh or whatever could have been like a little bit like, oh, who knows how that would work out. But what Mad Lions, essentially, they put themselves in that position by falling so far back that, again, those smokes could just block pretty much the entire team off. I think except Hooksy was on the outside railing there. But still, that's actually kind of hard to see. It's one thing when you have the minimap and all the rest of it, but it's hard when you're in the server to figure out whether or not that was going to be possible. So, cool stuff from Fnatic.
Ooh, again, a little bit of a spot there. This is it, though. Everything on the line, and the nades come through, catching Refresh perfectly. Or rather, Flusha perfectly. Nade from Refresh. Golden gets caught as well, trying to spot mid. He's still going to win that duel versus Hooksy.
Yeah, but they don't care. They're going for the A-bomb site right away. Nearly catching that kill with the ult. That would have been something. Still got a minute left, so 3 versus 4, and Fnatic are all on this side of the map. Crims, oh, he gets 2 somehow! And following up, it's going to be hard for them, I think, to guess that Golden is here. Just a bit unlikely.
They heard the rotation from Berlin, though.
They're going to be waiting.
Yeah, they are just going to be waiting for, hopefully for Brolan exactly to do what he's doing now, which is to spread back out over towards that B side. And this is it. So that Golden is all alone 1v2. And if you group up together, you should be able to trade and step in here. Although now, I mean, Roy's just going to go ahead and peek this. Not the angle that doesn't favor him at all.
Going to get the headshot, but still one-on-one now. 16 seconds, and Brolan, I wouldn't want to be up against him in a one-on-one like this. 10 seconds. If he goes for the bomb plant, I mean, there's every chance he could walk right through. Brolan knows that he's right on the other side. A.K.O. going to hold it down, and Brolan there to finish it. Yeah, he was absolutely ready. A.K.O. not trying to fake it out or anything. And again, the problem is also he doesn't really have time to play that game for very long anyway. So, it's 8-6 now. And no bomb plant. Not going to be a great buy here in the 15th round. Fnatic, again, looking solid.
They're definitely bouncing back. They will have made adjustments, and they are just, I mean, there's so much experience on this roster.
But, I mean, that round is just at a, an absolute thin thread, right? If Crims doesn't get that double kill, I think they just get wiped out on that bomb site immediately.
Absolutely. 100%.
So.
But again, that's the quality. You know, that's what these guys, that's what we were talking about a little bit at the beginning, where you're going to have the firepower that Crims brings to the board. Brolan and Refresh in a bit of a standoff here.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ouch.
that's monster. Oh, and then the molly too. Just get out of here.
Oh, Hooksy actually burning a little bit. Could have a bit of an angle maybe if Flusher comes back in. But no, Flusher's going to stand his ground. Could have been interesting to see if he would have strafed to his right there, if Hooksy would have been quick enough to do it. They are all still on that ramp, and I think Fnatic are starting to realize that. They're sort of, slowly getting, I think, the intel that they need to figure out what's coming. Flusher.
Yeah, I like this positioning here from Flusher. He realized it was like a 50-50 where he was standing at. No, he's moving back there. That's going to cost him. Risky play there from Flusher.
Yeah, flashed and downed almost immediately. JW also got to be careful. They're getting a little bit close now. One missed shot. There is a flank coming in as well. Crims and JW get a couple of kills, and yeah, they're in a great position. No issues at all here to get the 9th round on the board. They just look really not stressed at all, Fnatic. It's good to see them just relaxing in this game, and 9-6 at the end of it, I think, is just such a good scoreline, so they should be really, really happy about this. Could have definitely been much worse. I mean, Mad Lions had a couple of chances, I think, to turn it into something more. Still an open game, but I guess we'll find out how it's going to go down in the second half, and it's coming up after the break, so stay tuned. All right then, we're back 9-6 at the end of the half, favoring the Swedes on Fnatic. And then we're on the CT side now. They're going to be on the T side. Mad Lions leaving them with 6 rounds. I think this is a pretty open game, but I'm sure Mad Lions will walk away from that first half thinking, man, like, we could have had way more.
Oh, yeah.
But I love the fact that Fnatic looked so unstressed and just looked like they had a game plan and they sort of more or less stuck to it.
That is a good way to describe Fnatic's game, though, right?
Yeah, really is.
Like, unstressed, fluid, relaxed. I always feel like that when I watch Fnatic. It's just a soothing experience. It never really feels like it gets chaotic with them.
They've got that Sen Counter-Strike approach.
Yeah, dude.
Making some silly jokes along the way as well. Like, that's all very Sen in some sense.
It's a very Swedish kind of CS.
Yeah.
You would, you don't raise your voice in Sweden. You don't get excited. Just calm down. Calm down.
It's all going to be fine. Well, Shush is over here on guard duty by the B bomb site stairs and hoping to see someone. I mean, he should be able to fall back. They do not have a P250. I mean, the Glocks could still be pretty dangerous. Looks like they're going to try and just, force them back into it and then Shush. Yeah, so they essentially are a little bit locked in here at the B bomb site, at least for the minute. And backup is a little bit further away than maybe you would want, although it is coming in pretty quickly. 50 seconds. It's a good opening kill. And now Mad Lions, they need something in return here before the bomb goes down. They're only going to get that one kill, but swiftly back in. Hooksy doing a pretty good job now with a big double so far. 3-on-3 and no bomb plant yet.
Why aren't they... Exactly. Back off. The guy who died there first, I don't know which one was it, Berliner Flusha, he's got to be calling that there were 3 players there shooting at him.
Yeah.
So...
Oh, no, but look at actually...
Yeah, it's the double fake. This is so good from Fnatic. I love these guys. I love watching them play CS. That's so solid. Now taking that extra duel though, JW. Now you're playing with fire. You could throw away the situation you have, but he gets it. Oh, unbelievable! Fnatic win this round. And it's just such solid CS, the way that they do it. I mean, all you had to do was slow it down just a little bit so that Mad Lions have to think, oh, no, they can rotate back to A. We don't know. Are they rotating back to A or not? They have to pull somebody off. You've got the man advantage at that point. It's just so solid.
And part of the problem, I think, for Mad Lions is they were all sort of towards the B bomb site. If they had had someone in the middle, they would have known that Fnatic weren't running back because they would have heard the footsteps. And if Fnatic were just walking back, then there's no reason to rotate that quickly, you know? So, yeah, I think the lack of audio and then, just the Fnatic slowing down just enough to sell the idea probably made them a bit paranoid there.
So cool.
Just a tiny little detail. But, 10-6 and winning the pistol round of the second half, that is going to be a good start here for Fnatic, surely. Deagle will do a bit of damage, but no straight headshots at the moment. And again, Fnatic showing themselves on the ramp, which does not have to be a sign that they're actually going to go for the A-bomb side. You just have to.
Well, that's pretty much all of their nades used on Mad Lions.
Look at how quickly they know. Look at this. This is really interesting. Mad Lions already checking it. So yeah, they're going to be starting to rotate back. This is so smart though from the seat. Doesn't mean they're going to win because they still have a huge weapon disadvantage. But Fnatic also heard that. Yeah. They heard the rotation through. That is all JW just listening out for that one thing.
Yep. There's the flash for the peek onto B, and they're going to realize, oh crap, nobody's here. And now they heard some footsteps. I believe that was Roy who was still hanging around on A. They're still walking, though, Fnatic. And JW lurking in mid, going to make this even more difficult for Mad Lions to read. But now they're up on the site. This is it. Golden. He can stick that plant. Oh, Hooksy, though, going to catch Brolan dancing on the edge of the smoke. Big shots coming in from Hooksy. He gets overwhelmed in the end. And JW still hanging out in mid looking for pot shots.
Oh, wow, that was dangerous for Fnatic. That could have gone way, way, way south. It's a good thing that they managed to stay alive on that site with both Flusher and Golden there. That was way close. But yeah, wow, there was so many interesting things in that round that sort of went back and forth. Essentially, you could just write it off as saying whatever, they won against pistols, but there's a lot of little details. The fact that Mad Lions are so quick to see that they've evacuated the A ramp is that essentially is the core of any intelligent CT side defense on this map. Because again, if there's a 15-second gap between them leaving and you knowing about them leaving, you're really wrecked. But then the counterplay of JW hearing them running back and calling his teammates in and saying, "Well, hold on, back to the ramp." Those are all cool things.
Yeah, they're looking zoned in right now.
Absolutely.
This is good. I mean, this is good for Fnatic. Another round of eco coming in here. Well, there was a force buy last round for Mad Lions. They have to go for an eco this round, but it's still pistols. And well, Fnatic should be aware of this, although we will get a little bit of a push coming in. Hooksy getting caught by Flusha. Last guy you want to die to on Fnatic. He had the UMP, so that's 600 bucks instead of 300 for the kill. And well, Fnatic still very patiently waiting, sussing out this defense. Now, oh, did he see him?
Feels like
There we go.
They definitely know.
There we go. And woohoo! What a shot from Refresh.
It's always fun, isn't it? That, I mean, they did also just boost that with a USP, so you have to sort of think, even if they hadn't spotted it, what are the chances it's really going to do that much? Golden ready and waiting around. Would have been fun for Shush if he could have got a little bit of bonus money with that UMP, but that's not going to be the case. So 12-6 now, doubling the round score of the Danes. And now Mad Lions, I mean, they can pick up rifles now, but it's... Yeah, they would heavily benefit from winning this upcoming round and just take a step back into it here. Look at how they've all caught up to Brolin now. That's what I was talking about earlier with just creating the space for the rest of the team to feel more confident. I think that's pretty much what he's done.
I mean, right now, yeah, you can have the hard carry from one player, or you can have everybody just winning duels everywhere. That was super ugly from Brolin, but he still wins. Still gets that. Oh, Golden. Dancing. Is Roy going to figure this out, though? Brolin. Oh, Crims seems to realize, and of course, Crims. Not going to. You got to wake up early to catch Crims off guard. They're just getting every duel to go their way right now, Fnatic.
Yeah. That is, I mean, out of all the ways in which you could lose this round, this is definitely one of the harder ones. A-Core in a 1 versus 4, and he's got that first kill. They're just coming for him. Not quite going to take the shot, but yeah, they're showing up. Golden's on the other side of the smoke. A-Core walking through to take him down. Golden must have been thinking, I knew he would do that. Again, watching A-Core play is always a great pleasure, but he shouldn't be winning this round. He's now backing off and looking like almost about to catch Flusha here. He's walking in with the bomb on the other side. And they just don't know where he is right now. 45 seconds.
Yeah, you can see Flusha's a little hesitant about crossing that gap. If A-Core's got the angle, that's it. He's dead.
Oh, timing there for Crims. I mean, if he walks around the corner now, the round is won. A-Core has no idea. He was just turning. That's amazing. That's comedic timing from Crims. We've got to give him some credit.
He sensed it. A-Core sensed a disturbance.
Yeah, well.
They have been watched. This is Predator. Let's see the retake, the replay here. Yeah, this is Roland's initial spray.
Yes.
I thought he would get this. Do we see it? No, this is just before this, prior to this, I thought he was just going to pull the trigger, and I think he unscoped by accident without shooting. But whatever, no way to prove that. This is so far proving to be a dominant first map from Fnatic. I mean, it's going to be very curious to see. Very interesting to see if they can keep this up, but right now it's 13-6. Fnatic on the T side looking fabulous. Roy with the flank. Deagle spray takes Golden and Brolan. Back into a 3-on-3 just like that, and now Roy on a tear.
Just continue. Crims, that's a nice transfer. Yeah, he saw that coming. That might have actually just at least probably saved them in this round here. Yeah, I mean, it's so weird because it looks like it's about to be 14-6, but I in some sense, it feels like that scoreline doesn't... Ooh, nice pick off there. Crims is also just a shot away. He's going to go pick up the AK. The scoreline doesn't really seem to do it justice in some sense because this game has definitely felt much, much closer than that. But some of these important rounds have just gone Fnatic's way, and that's definitely had a huge impact. A-Core going to slowly make his way down, and Crims just waiting behind there. He's already got the double from over at the ramp. A third one to add and get to 14 rounds, and he's going to see it perfectly. Just really well done. And Fnatic, again, close round, but it goes their way. 14-6. And I think this last...
yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
look at that. I think he unscoped. I think he thought he shot.
Could well be.
That's so painful. That would have been insane.
Would have been a nice kill to have had. Just again, he did pick it up afterwards, but still, through the smoke's always a little bit more annoying, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, right now, I mean, Mad Lions, they're calling their second tactical timeout. Peacemaker probably giving them an earful right now. I mean, it's 14-6. Fnatic. I mean, a terrific second half so far. Nothing. It's flawless so far. They haven't dropped a round.
It's true. If you just look at the rounds, that's definitely true. But if you look at
Like how they won them.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
some of those are so close, right? That I mean, at the end, Fnatic are not going to really care about that once they win the game, or at least win the map here. But sure, Mad Lions will care about it, right? They'll be saying to themselves, hopefully not right away, but later on, damn, like we could have had a lot more. Shush, not quite the chance there. Double up on the CT side, and presumably the last chance here for Mad Lions to do a lot to try and keep the dream of this map alive. It's not looking good at the moment. Still checking that A ramp, JW. That's why he's hanging out here, thinking, you know what? I want to make sure that you're not going to go and get 100% confirmation that no one is here. And meanwhile, they're setting up at the B-bomb site where absolutely nobody is defending. So this looks like a very, very strong call out of Fnatic.
They tend to make him. Golden, I mean, I've just been nothing but impressed with him as an in-game leader.
Yes.
All the shots, though. Hooksy's going to come in. Golden trying to take point. That's going to open it up. He still gets a kill. But there's Hooksy with the double, bringing it back. 2-on-4 retake scenario now. Flusha trying to do the best he can to hold the line on the point. Going to get swamped. A flash, perfect, but he can't connect. Doesn't get the kills. Molly onto it. JW gets headshot as well. That's not going to help. And they're just going to charge this guy down. He is running, trying to create some room, but there's no way. He's just going to back off and try and save this AWP.
Teaching refresher lesson, saying, you know what, kid, you may have won the round, but don't show that level of disrespect. Like, I'll take you right out.
You don't
All
mess
right.
around with J-Dubs.
Definitely not. Okay, a very close round. I mean, I'm almost tempted to score that, you know, the other way. That flashbang probably, that could have won them the round right then and there, but it was a bit of a tricky spray, right? Could have gone either way, honestly, for this particular round. So it goes the way of Mad Lions, and they get to make, you know, they get to save the double up. They get to make a, you know, a little bit there, but still not really making money. Still only surviving with 2 members. So we shall see.
Very curious here. There it is.
Oh,
Man, unbelievable.
Hooksy has no idea how close he was to death. He's just walking back.
It's just like you're trying to will it to happen, you know?
Yeah.
Just like, just peek.
He's just whistling on his way back. Oh, they need to catch him. Well, Molotov in there. Some backup being called for. Roy getting a bit close now, but yeah, they're waiting for it. I actually think this is very smart. Now, A.Cole will get the kill on Brolin, but I love the fact that Fnatic were expecting that aggressive push. That is not a... They weren't just sacrificing everything to catching the guy behind the sandbags just because they had spotted him. Which, again, you could have been tempted to just make a straight run for it and just try and get him killed and then lose your entire team in the process.
Ooh. Yeah, pushing up here, though. We are going to have Flusha trying to create some room for the rest of his team. He's right on the edge trying to abuse this smoke. Oh, that HE on a JW and Gold, and they ate that. But now it is going to be bomb planted. Angle here. Flusha misses the shot. Unfortunate turn. And yeah, these are just kills after kills. It seems like Mad Lions, they've remembered to sharpen their fangs.
Yeah, but it is definitely not done yet. There is a smoke, and that's going to be annoying for JW, and now that he's lost his teammates, yeah, it's going to be even worse. I was just going to say, like, maybe if JW could just clear a bit of space, he could have done some magic with that AWP, but they'll survive the round. They'll get, again, the double AWP, and this time with 3 members alive. That is great news for Mad Lions. The money for Fnatic is still kind of outrageous, which is actually a huge problem for the Danes at the moment. Because again, even if Mad Lions win this, you know, the next round, if there's another bomb plant, then the round loss bonus plus what they have in the bank will suddenly be enough, and it's just one long struggle right now for Mad Lions to try and do much of anything here.
Yeah, the constant pressure here being put on by the Swedes. This is a change of pace coming out now. Golden eats a bit of nade damage. Is that worth it? Yes, it is. Hits the headshot on Shush, opening up the B site. Nice little flash over the top to create some room, and now he's out onto it. And they have no idea what to expect, Mad Lions. Is there a follow-up from this? Is there anybody else? If Golden could get the second kill, that would have been huge. Instead, he is going to fall, and now, what do? There's a chance for JW, but he barely gets that.
Oh, it looked like he was dead on him as well, and they're going to slowly be pushed back. Man, if you want to have some appreciation for what it means to entry frag, just look at what Golden was just doing. Paving the whole way and just kept trying to push it to create that space behind him for his team. That's really awesome to see. Don't get enough of that. And I mean, they weren't that far behind. None of that was Golden's fault. I mean, like, if you want to blame anyone, you say, like, if they were just 3 seconds, you know, further up in the round, then they're right there behind him and it's going to work just fine. Such a cool move. 45 seconds, 2 smokes left on Mad Lions. And again, Fnatic sort of calling a bit of a break, going back to check and see if anyone from Mad Lions are actually, you know, sneaking up behind them and how much they know, and just also making them nervous, you have to assume. Trying to see if they could hit that B-bomb side afterwards. And they don't have a flash to turn the corner, though. That is a bit of a shame here for the T side.
Still have 3 smokes. That's what I was thinking. I mean, all those nades getting used. Oh, we're down to 20 seconds. You need to get those smokes in play, and you need to run. You're not giving yourself much room to maneuver with now. 15 seconds, and you have the 2 smokes. Just smoke the gaps and go. You have to make the play across, and going before the smokes, it's just, yeah, you're dead. What was that?
Oh, man. I mean, he even jumped over the first shot, but yeah, still, you're right. That yeah, just they didn't get to cover everything they wanted. I'm sure a flashbang would have been nice, right?
JW dies after the clock.
Oh, did he?
No money.
That actually does make a difference now.
Yeah, that's they maybe could have gone. Well, it would have been a half buy.
And
now,
no
though,
bomb plant.
I mean, yeah, no bomb plant. I mean, had they gotten a bomb plant, I think Fnatic get that buy. Okay, I like this. This is a good timing to call a timeout here from Fnatic, just because things are starting to get a little out of hand. Mad Lions, they put 3 rounds in a row together now. So slow it down a little bit here. And you could just have a clear example of a right-eye peek angle there.
It's
JW doesn't see him, but the you know, his opponent sees him very clearly. That's what I'm talking about often, guys, when I'm mentioning good angles versus bad angles. It's where you get these jiggle peek attempts, and it's like, yeah, but if you're peeking from right to left, you're going to see your opponent a split second, you know, after he sees you, right? So a lot of the best players, like these kinds of guys, they're just so good at taking into account those angles whenever they take fights. And so that's what I'm, you know, if you're wondering why I keep talking about angles, a lot of that has to do with just that right there.
Yeah, there's slim margins at the top here, so like
exactly. For you and me, Anders, it probably doesn't make that much of a difference. We're probably dead anyway. But like for guys this fast, for these guys, I mean that split second is a huge advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and HE and Molotov to take down JW early in this round. So, I mean, they don't have a lot here to work with, but I think Mad Lions, again, are just trying to stabilize this game. And it feels like maybe now they've sort of finally done it. There's at least a platform for them to build something off. Because I think if they would have, I think if they go on to sort of lose this game now, I actually think Mad Lions have a credible claim to say, yeah, but we probably could have won Vertigo, you know?
Absolutely.
Whereas if they just lose, you know, 16-6, then it's like, we never even like really got anything under us, did we? Now they have a legitimate chance, and if it doesn't go their way, well then, what can you do about that? Deep grenade there. Second map, by the way, would be Inferno. Passes the deciding match. All right, that's a crazy spray. 5 kills. They were unarmored and with pistols, but still, that's a little bit ace picked up by Roy. Some of it looked really cool.
So 14-10. Buy round coming in from Fnatic. I expect AKs across the board here. And we will see some quick play here, perhaps, from the Swedes. Just trying to keep that pressure up here on Mad Lions. Because it's been 4 rounds in a row now for Mad Lions, and we don't want to split it. You know, 5 and 5. None of that here. Fnatic are just looking to close this first map out. If it goes to Inferno and Fnatic are already up 1-0, it's going to be looking so good for them in this series.
Hell yes. Golden. Oh, that is absolute artwork, isn't it? What a crisp player he can be. And he wants to keep going again. This is a similar thing. He wants to keep the pressure on for the rest of his team to get in behind. That's why he's being so aggressive. Shush will finally take him down. And Fnatic, what could they build behind this? Again, Golden. That was delicious.
Oh, man.
Look at JW. He's just taken all of the attention away. Oh, no scope, not connecting in a second one. Will, what is going on? This is a Fnatic round. It's just got Fnatic written all over it. If they can't finish this, that's going to be upsetting. Flusher comes in with a kill there on Shush, but it's 2-on-2, and Hooksy's walked up right behind. He's actually going to announce that he is, well, they both are, I guess, with a bit of a flashbang there. That just let Crims knows what's coming, and he's going to take them both down. I am...
What was that?
In strong disagreement.
Hooksy's having a rough time this game, but yeah, I'm really wondering about that flash. All the element of surprise gone. Can we get that again, please, Golden's entry? That was just so clean. Oh, man! Just do it again. Just Dude. Yeah, there you go, J-Dubs. Oh, man, that was just a work of art. What a play from Golden. So sick.
Yeah, that was absolutely incredible. 26th round now. Double AWP. Still got some M4s in the FAMAS here, but absolute last chance for Mad Lions. Now, not fighting to try and win the map, but to try and get it into overtime, and that always is mentally slightly different. Fnatic, though, I mean, the way to overtime right now for Mad Lions is just going to be through Fnatic's economy never really getting up and running, right?
Yeah, prayer as well, I think.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably a good thing. This is, well, Fnatic have elected to slow it down again, but they've got the firepower advantage. Although, as I say that, they do have a double op here on Mad Lions, and, well, there's A-Core getting caught, not able to pull it off. Brolan getting taken out by Roy. We do have Crim's trying to create some space. Oh, JW just a second too late, although that is going to be Golden trying to take point. Angle clever here from Refresh. Not going to be easily spotted. And Mad Lions, man, if they win this round...
The Molotov wasn't spreading on a Refresh. It looked like he was almost sat on top of it, but I guess not. Yeah, 38 seconds. This should be really readable right now for the CT side to sort of know what's coming. Not that they all have to show up and stand on top of each other, but yeah, they're getting closer and closer. I think they're flanking as well from the lower part of the map, so we'll see how that's going to be working out. 24 seconds, grenade, that's going to help out a little bit. Crim's coming in from the one side, JW all the way back here. He's got the right idea, but Hooksy showing up with a bit of a double kill, and that will cancel out any chance here. Again, even saving it, oh, might be possible, all right. 9 seconds. Okay, we get another one for JW. He is low on time and health, so yeah, he's going to have to back it out, but if they kept coming for him, who knows? Now he's hiding essentially out in the open, right underneath them. Oh, and they spot him again after the time has run out. I like that idea.
This is getting out of hand, Anders.
Just a bit.
Brolan is going to just be so frustrated, I think, after that failed entry. He could have had 2 of them dead. Could have done exactly what Golden did.
Yeah.
And just fluffed both of them. And that really wrecks the round. That wrecks the round for Fnatic. So we will get that timeout getting called here by Mad Lions. A little bit of room to discuss. And actually, I mean, it kind of works perfectly. You know, gives Mad Lions a little bit of room to discuss, to feel good. Fnatic just get to stew in their juices right now. They get to feel frustrated with the fact that they've had a couple of opportunities here to end it, and they've missed out. So money is not fantastic for Fnatic, so the beating is going to continue. They're going to keep getting kicked in the teeth, at least for another round. You got to do what, like Deagle, Kevlar, couple of nades here if you're Fnatic, and then just put it all in the next round to finish this first map.
Yeah, I mean, they have another 4 chances to do it,
well,
so...
I mean, this is a throwaway round, right, Anders? So what do? Do you just go for, like, Deagle quick and go straight into ramp and, again, try and abuse that? I guess, well, I mean, here's the answer. So the answer is no. Fnatic elects not to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's any kind of play like this, no matter what it is, right? It's always going to be based on just flipping a coin. And this time it was grenades, see if that works. It didn't, so... You could still do something with the Deagle on Golden. I mean, again, one quick shot there could make a bit of a difference. Shush. Definitely spotting that out, but the rest of them are in middle, it seems, and hanging out, hoping for a snipe on somebody. This is a cool idea. Boosting up on the rebars to look over the box. I actually quite like that.
Well, they eventually do get the better of Brolan. Yeah, run boost across. Nice shot there by A-Core. He nearly had it.
I was going to say, I wonder how close that actually was.
It looked real close to me. This is going to be an excellent anti-eco round here for Mad Lions. Yep, impossible. So everything covered, and yeah, just textbook stuff. Very clean coming in here from Mad Lions, not getting ahead of themselves, not giving anything fun over to Fnatic. 15-12 now for Fnatic. Map point still in their favor. And now, well, yeah, JW, they're going to have to give him the AWP there. But it's a teammate who has to do it. It looks like they had just enough money.
Yeah, they picked that up. 15-12. Another 3 rounds to go for Mad Lions to get into overtime. And if not, Fnatic will walk away with a nice win here on the first map. But again, I think that'll set them up real nice in this best of 3. See, a little bit of a boost over. Crims with the Creek. Not so much that we see that nowadays. It had its glory moment, but then it sort of disappeared again. And he's almost going to be able to see us. Not that far off. Some counter nades coming out. Not going to do anything at all there. So, yeah. Early exchanges. No one in B early on once again here for the Danish side. They've done this before, but they just sort of leave it alone for in the beginning. And then eventually start to go back if they need to. Golden. He has been amazing at the entries. If you get even one kill in the middle, that should set them up real nice, but it's risky.
Yeah, he has no way of knowing. And again, angles. That's just, you slow walk into that, shush it that for an opper. It's just the easiest shot of their lives. And now, well, man advantage for Mad Lions. And this is JW. He's got it, but again, it's crazy. Just keeps finding them. Just perfectly done here. Shush now going to be the one to open this up, and he has got 2 kills at the beginning of this key round. There's a third one taking down Flusha, and Fnatic are just hesitating at the end here, Anders. They look so good.
Let's see. I mean, it is a little bit scary now, isn't it, for them? Because who knows what happens in overtime, and that's just Shush now. Working on an ace. He's already got the first 4 of them. He does see it. There it is. An ace for Shush. And remember, listen, before this round, he had 12 kills. Now he's up to 17. He was the worst performing player in the server before this round. So that is a bit of a nice turnaround. Just him personally, like, yes, finally something's working.
Listen.
Incredibly,
I agree with
well
you,
done.
Anders. But at that point, Krim should just throw himself on the side instead of giving him the ace.
Out of spite.
Yeah.
That actually,
you should just literally, you can just yeet yourself off the side there.
I approve.
And deny this guy the feel-good moment of having an ace.
But that ace will be very quickly forgotten if they can't win the next 2 rounds here, Mad Lions. As fun as it is, I don't think it will matter. Roy had the other ace, right, against the Eco, so 2 aces so far in Mad Lions. That's unusual for a one map. Roland comes charging in. Hooksy, that's a good cleanup. He's going to try and continue, almost getting the 3rd. He's got the Deagle out, and he's not quite hitting the shots here, but, I mean, he might have created enough of a delay. He's hunting down JW, but he hasn't reloaded yet. Now he's in trouble. JW is going to come back and get him, and a little bit of a shock here. A-Core nearly getting caught jumping up. It's going to be a 2-on-3, and Mad Lions really need to take a deep breath.
With the smoke down, they've recovered a smoke, though, on JW. They have options here. It's still so early in the round with a minute left.
Wow.
No need to rush. It's going to be the peak, the double, and they're getting caught. Golden, it looked like he got caught on something. Just stuck in the middle of nowhere there, on the edge of the smoke, and that ends up costing him. So Fnatic, what looked very promising, just got ruined by Hooksy there.
Yeah, but I'm not going to lie. That was seconds away from spiraling out. This could have been a Fnatic round.
Yeah, absolutely.
If Hooksy just gets traded 1-for-1, they're on the bomb side, and A-Core is, like, with that orb, I mean, he's going to keep taking the fight, but that's a bit close. That's a bit close. 15-14, 30th round coming up. First map here, going the entire distance. I really like it. Listen, the odds were dead even, so we're getting what we would want here.
Speak for yourself, Mad Lions, but I put my points on Fnatic. This is getting a bit out of hand.
Listen, you can still have this round, Samla. I just wanted to be close. It's fine. We can make that arrangement if you want. You can have. They'll win this round. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't be scared.
I mean, if it goes to overtime, it'll be fun. It'll be real fun. But, I mean, if Mad Lions win this map, man, then I think we're pretty much guaranteed 3 maps.
It could well be.
And that gets, I mean, that's just going to turn into the grind between these 2 teams. Because clearly they're so evenly matched. This is all Fnatic, though. I mean, this is just a Fnatic mental game where they kind of just started slacking off a little bit.
Well, that's one, but also their economy finally broke, right? That is definitely also the other part of the story, which is that, eventually they just ran out of money.
Sure. But, I mean, first round there were plenty of opportunities for Fnatic. They could have been a bit more of a one-sided scoreline. And then in the second half here, oh, this is very nice. Roll out with the flash entry. Hooksy is out of the picture. 2 players still here for the A defense, though, on Mad Lions. But Fnatic, because they get that kill so early in the round, gives them options.
That must have been just a, individual sort of instinctive play from Hooksy saying, let me try. Refresh going down. JW already made its way around that corner, so Now they're in a whole lot of trouble here. A.Core missing a chance, and that could have got him killed right away. I love this from Golden again, being the aggressor and pushing them back into it here. Roy can't really see much, and that's just, you know, hoping for the chance spray. Looks like the bomb will be going down, and things are looking really good right now for the Swedes to be able to pick up this map. It's a shot on A.Core to bring him down. Shush and Roy are left, but what are they meant to do here? 2 versus 5. This one was just very slow and methodical for the Swedish side. Roy gets a kill, but I still don't think it's going to be anywhere near enough. So even some wall bangs coming out here towards the end of it. They have a smoke on Roy, so maybe they could smoke the bomb, but once again, how are you going to sit inside and try and defuse for the full 5 seconds? It's just never going to happen. Roy out in the open. He's down, and Shush is surely going to follow. I can't see him doing this really ever. 16 to 14, and Fnatic take the map.
And yes, like you said, that was actually very reminiscent of old Fnatic, right? The hive mind, just working together as a unit all up onto the site, and then post-plant, nobody peeking, nobody doing anything crazy. They're all just playing together. One guy peeks, draws the fire, the other guy gets in for the flank, gets the kill. Just textbook stuff coming up from Fnatic in that last round of the half and last round of the map. So we get a 30-rounder, Anders.
Yeah, absolutely great. I mean, a very, very close game. Again, you think about how this played out, Mad Lions could have just as well won this map. So that's looking good for second map, Inferno, that's coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
A thrilling game one here between Fnatic and Mad Lions. Mad Lions nearly pulling off the comeback here on Vertigo. But they lose in the end of 14-16 to Fnatic. Fnatic has avenged themselves after their match. Well, getting tongue-tied already. After their loss to Mad Lions earlier this week here on Vertigo. How did they do it, guys? What was the change that you saw between this map and the last one that they played here?
I think on Fnatic's T side, they just got a lot of traction early. They won the pistol round, they won the first gun round. They just got through that partial buy round, which went to a 1v1 actually. And they just got out far enough ahead, went really close to the end. I think Fnatic was showing that potentially in late round scenarios here on Vertigo, they're not as well versed as what you'll see on Inferno, they're much stronger late round than you saw here. So I think they did just enough with that pistol in the rounds following that to get it over the line in the end.
Yeah, I think that the performance from Fnatic, also on the CT side, even though they didn't get as many rounds, they actually had some nice adaptations as well that we will be diving into in just a little bit, I'm sure.
Yeah, I know you wanted to talk about that as we look at our stats here. Crims and Refresh top fragging respectively on their teams, but we want to look at something a little bit more in-depth, don't we? And part of that is how similar this map on Vertigo was compared to the one that happened on IEM. So, if we take a look at our halftime scores from the IEM Beijing series on Vertigo between Mad Lions and Fnatic, you'll notice something. And once we bring that up, and then we'll take a look at what happened at halftime in our game. So it was 9-6, Fnatic starting CT side against Mad Lions. And then in our game, as we bring up the next score here, at halftime, of course.
It was 10-5 at the IEM Beijing one,
Yeah.
so it's very close score lines. And I will say that something also is that the way that Mad Lions went into this game was a slightly different game plan. So for them to actually just do a little bit better was a nice adaptation on their part. But I do want to bring up, okay, so yeah, this is the scoreline from the IEM Beijing match that these two teams played against each other. And this one looks a lot streakier, actually, if you look at it. Fnatic had a really hot start in that game. Mad Lions made a nice adjustment. They stuck with their game plan of hitting B a lot in that game, which really actually surprised a lot of viewers, including myself. And then, but the second half is where the story completely changes. The script completely flips because Fnatic did have that excellent T side, of course.
And I know you had some clips that you wanted to bring up looking at how Vertigo played out, Maui, between these two tournaments. So let's start off with a clip that we saw at IEM so you can talk about the strategy that Mad Lions was using effectively, and then we can go to what happened today and how you noticed things had changed.
Yeah, so when you talk about Fnatic, you gotta always talk about their adaptation. So we're gonna look at a round. This came from IEM Beijing. It's a nice B split, and you're gonna look at the bottom of the screen how much pressure here is on Flusha. At the very bottom center, he has to make this aggressive play because he knows he's getting pinched from so many angles. And Mad Lions, they read him like a book. They read him perfectly. Roy's able to catch him as he's pushing around that smoke, and they get a free bomb plant 3v3 situation. It's exactly what you want if you're on the Mad Lions side. And you can see that the first time they played against each other, great game plan. But this time around, he says, I don't want to play back. If you guys throw the same nades at me, I'm just going to meet you right there at that corner. And so it's a great adaptation. And Fnatic, that's the name of their game. When they rematch against teams, they take it up to another level. Earlier this year at ESL Pro League, they were able to take down Astralis in a rematch. In the middle of the year at CS Summit, they took down NIP in a rematch. And then, as we see here, they take down Mad Lions in the rematch. Actually, they just won a rematch against OG as well. They're the king of rematches for my money.
Well, I mean, it's so great to see that because you want to see how they adapt, especially when we get the same maps. And this is an excellent opportunity to understand how professional teams are viewing these demos and how they're adjusting their game plan on specific maps versus those same opponents, even within the same week.
Yes, you can see that if Mad Lions throw the same execute twice at you, the Fnatic players are so experienced, they know how to just adjust in-game like that, and just great stuff from Fnatic. It's what we hope to always see from a team that has as much experience as they do.
Yeah, and coming into this match, as we mentioned at the start, Mad Lions, they're still a new team. They can't have so much tactical depth, so they're going to be running similar things, if not the same things in this game. And of course, Fnatic, they've already seen all of it. They probably thought about it. They might have even looked at the demo, talk over it as a team, made the adjustments, and coming into this one, they looked a little bit better to me.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So it was actually the Fnatic win right now, and that was Mad Lions' map. So as we look into the future, is this increasingly likely a Fnatic 2-0, Alan?
Definitely going into this one. I do think actually that Fnatic probably are the best Inferno team in the world right now. I think they're just absolutely insane on the T side. They're so good at working off each other. You'll see Flush It and Banana in particular. He makes so many small adjustments round to round. This is what makes Fnatic so good on that map, is that their understanding of the game, their team play, they're working off each other, the small adaptations. They've just got everything on Inferno, and I think they're going to take this 2-0.
Yeah.
You concur?
I think Fnatic's going to take it, but the thing is for me, Mad Lions, last time these two teams faced off, they lost to 5 Fnatic force buys. So that is something that you're always going to, Fnatic's going to come out with those kinds of buys. It's how is Mad Lions going to prepare and do better in those kinds of situations. That being said, once again, I think the Fnatic magic is real in terms of rematches. I think they're going to just take it up another notch themselves.
Well, that means if we do see the Fnatic win on Inferno, that they will be our second team officially qualified for our Flashpoint 2 playoffs because they have reached the minimum of top 2. They will still be playing in groups again next week in that grand final, but that will only be for seeding purposes. So, with that said, we do have updated Pinnacle odds here for our next map of the series, and they are, unsurprisingly, very Fnatic favored as they head into the map that they themselves selected.
I think these odds are quite fair, actually, knowing Fnatic's history on Inferno. We haven't seen so much of Mad Lions from that perspective, so I do think these odds are quite fair, and yep, I'll be taking Fnatic for this one.
Yeah, I did get an update from production that we do have a couple of minutes because, and I quote, Mad Lions are in the toilet. That's not how I would describe their odds right now. I think they put up a good fight. I wouldn't say they're in the toilet quite yet.
Well, production just said also that there's only one toilet, so they're just like trading off, unless they're fighting swords in the bathroom right there. So
you're having duels in the toilet. There's a mental image for you. Only on Flashpoint.
Yeah. So I think something else we can talk about, though, is just that on that Vertigo, the first... Well, when we were first comparing those images, we saw that it was pretty similar in the first half, that Fnatic came out on top, but the T side for me for Fnatic just looks so much more well-polished, and they knew what to expect from Mad Lions there in that second half, because Mad Lions, they pretty much need information. They're a team that, if it's 5v5 with 1:10 left on the clock, they're going to make a team-oriented play in order to try to get themselves back into the round. They're going to try to do something in order to just take safe space away or find safe information, and you could see that this time around, when Fnatic were on that A ramp, they were a little bit more prepared for those kinds of plays. They knew those kinds of aggressions were going to come out from Mad Lions.
Yeah, I think on particularly the T half, Fnatic was showing much less respect to Mad Lions than we saw in the Beijing match. They're getting more aggressive. Golden with some absolutely insane entries, but I think he overextended himself a couple of times there. But regardless, I did really like seeing them getting more aggressive, particularly towards ramp when we were saying coming into the match that maybe they were playing a bit too passive in the Beijing series. They changed it up, potentially from seeing how that one played out, and got the win here on Vertigo.
Yeah, fair enough. And as we examine this, Fnatic has been doing very well so far in our tournament here at Flashpoint. We've also seen Fnatic not take as many crazy risks today that we saw potentially in their first best of three. There have been no R8s. There have been no, I would say, suspect rounds where it looked like they might be playing a little looser and more aggressive than perhaps they would normally.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that because they just lost to Mad Lions, they're going to show them the respect that Mad Lions has earned. They're right now, Mad Lions, they're the kings of the jungle in this matchup. So Fnatic, they need to topple them off of their rock.
Yeah, that's fair. I think they did earn that earlier this week, and certainly Fnatic, you want to show that decisive match around Mad Lions. Also, I wouldn't fuck around when I could guarantee my playoff spot right now, which keeps you alive in Flashpoint and moving towards the lion's share of our $1 million prize pool. All right, guys. So as we look forward in this group right now, this Midsommar group, now, we might not think that Contact and Dignitas Vi are as competitive here. It seems pretty clear-cut. Would you guys make a case for either of the other two teams, should Mad Lions lose, coming into second place?
I think Contact potentially have a chance. I still take Mad Lions. I mean, coming into this group when we came into the tournament, it was always, for me, Fnatic and Mad Lions in small writing, really. I don't think, Contact and Dignitas really have the depth to take it to either of these teams, but I think Contact, if they went into a match, they went really aggressive, they really set off Esperanto and Regon and Sphinx, let them go all over the place, it could stand a chance, but I'd still definitely be taking Mad Lions in that series if it plays out.
Did Contact surprise you at all? Because it did seem like they were stronger than we might have anticipated at the start of this tournament.
I think their T sides had a little bit more structure than we would have expected, where you just see the names and you think 5 FPL EU stars, and then they're just going to run out everywhere. But no, Snappy's actually brought some structure. He knows what kind of style he wants to play. There's actually been some misdirection in the calling, so that he's actually caught people on rotations at times, some good execs as well. I feel like they've actually really mapped out some of their entry routes too. They've gone into some serious depth actually on this Contact roster. It's just that there's the growing pains for me for late rounds. I feel like their late rounds just blew up on them a lot when they played against Fnatic. Just so many times a 3v3 situation, and they don't know who's swinging first, who's getting first contact. It's no pun intended, of course, but really Fnatic always succeeded in those kinds of situations, even with man deficits, it felt like.
I mean, that's fair. There's still a relatively new roster with these starting 5 members, so they might need some more time to get that experience together to finish off those late rounds. That's enough about Contact. We will be seeing them in our next match, and a reason to get excited is that they have come out stronger than people might have anticipated. However, for now, we've got to finish up this Mad Lions versus Fnatic series, and for that, we'll bring in our favorite duo, Anders and Settle.